So let's go ahead and get going. I'm gonna try to cross off a lot of these missions. The Nexus is a great place. You can get a little bit mixed up sometimes though.
Hello?
I guess I should say hello. Or goodbye. That scourge is everywhere. So this is kind of the hub, for the most part, of like the Angaran, which are great. Because I mean, the Angaran are a really interesting race. I like them, especially with their uprising now being out of being made in a lab. You know, I would like to say that humanity would be one of those things, but we're so unique. There's no way anyone could have crafted us in a fucking lab. And it's just nature. Nature gave us an untamed, nature-driven chaos element. Let's see, where exactly is this?
Pathfinder.
Oh, you're just saying what's up. I thought he had a mission or something.
Use the nav point. Find Keldo and the supplies. I'll be here.
Okay. I'm trying to find the fast travel station. It's supposed to be like right around here. I'm so confused. Why is this mapping system so confusing? Because the map is so easy to use, that's why. It's like, why? You don't need to go to travel, it's so archaic. Oops. Who would have thunk it? Thank goodness I figured it out, though. No time like the present. I wonder where there's gonna be hidden shit around here, because there's gotta be hidden stuff. Right when I say that, the radar starts going off. It's behind this wall. Let's find out, viewer.
Get the data. Follow up on that now.
Okay, it's down below then. Let me talk to this dude.
Am I reading Joel's report correctly? You stood and watched the Rokar's leader shoot him? What was your plan if Aksul killed my best soldier?
Joel had the situation under control. I trusted him.
Still a big risk.
Yeah.
What do you need?
Ket.
You've been fighting Ket a long time. Any advice?
Your war's different from ours.
It's still a war, and we're not prepared for it.
Wouldn't matter if you were. The Kett aren't a conventional enemy.
Any idea where they came from? A homeworld somewhere?
Each of our colonies heard a different story. I doubt any were true. They came from far away. That's all we know.
Ever tried following a Ket ship to see where it goes?
Of course we did. Wherever home is, they don't visit.
Do the Ket have a favorite strategy? Something we can exploit?
They switch tactics constantly, almost capricious about it. Makes them unpredictable.
They must have some weakness.
They're vulnerable to brute force. That's enough.
The Ket aren't mindless monsters. They must care about something.
Slaves, resources, power. Same as any conqueror.
You didn't see the exaltation process. They treat it like religion.
They convert us against our will. That's not religion.
It's like a cult.
It's genocide. Every culture has its purpose. Theirs is to take whatever they want.
What's your story, Ephra?
You're
Seriously.
not getting my personnel file.
I'd just like to know who I'm working with.
That's all.
You want to know what it's like being me. I wake up every morning to fight a war. I send people to kill and die. If I'm lucky, there are more dead Kett than resistance when I go to sleep.
That's a hell of a burden.
Enough personal discussion.
There's no official Angaran military? Just the resistance?
Lost our fleets and armies decades ago. Kett mostly. The rest fell to internal strife. We kept fighting, but our civilians were disorganized. Poorly supplied. Leaderless. Decades of aimless defiance got us nowhere. I had to make the resistance real.
I mean, that kind of makes sense.
I've seen armed people in uniform. They're not resistance?
Aya police. Purely ornamental. Gives us the appearance of civilization.
You don't think they're necessary?
If things go bad, the resistance will handle it.
That's up to the governor, isn't it? What success have you had against the Ket?
Enemy casualties are up 600% in 3 years. But that's just a number. Every time we destroy a facility, take out a warship, we give our people hope.
And you're not fighting alone anymore.
We'll see.
How did you wind up in charge?
Nothing to lose. My family was rounded up into a Kett slave camp. Last contact I had with any of them was 10 years ago.
They could still be
Pretty
alive.
dark.
Didn't figure you for
I'm
an
glad the
optimist.
stream started steadying out. It was weird. It like twitched out. I was like looking at it. I was like, what's going on with this?
How is the resistance organized?
Loosely, we operate in cells. Independent strike teams have better odds. If the Ket capture a cell, it doesn't compromise the rest.
Makes sense.
What do you think of your governor?
She governs Aya, not the Resistance.
Way to avoid the question. Is there history between you?
I can always count on Paran to offer a spirited argument.
You respect her?
She holds her own. Not many do.
I hope the initiative is making a good impression.
The initiative. Sounds so unthreatening. Like a city planner meeting.
That's kind of what it's meant to be.
City planners don't walk around in battle armor with rifles on their shoulder.
Depends on the city. My point is, we traveled through dark space to build something here.
You don't know
That's what
humanity.
invaders always say.
That's
At
very true.
first.
We're so brutal
not
to each other
invaders.
sometimes.
Of course.
Alright, bro.
I'll let you get back to it.
Good.
That's cool, though. Nice dialogue. Hey, Cora.
Getting lots of stares. Reminds me of being on Thessia for Asari commando training. We're the aliens.
Got any tips on navigating an alien society?
Be yourself, but your best self. Listen and be polite about scanning your food. Though that's good advice in general.
I think I'm supposed to talk to him.
I detect the infrared dye Sorvis Len used to mark the person who threatened him.
Well, now.
I know why you're here.
Do you?
The botanist. You want an apology for what I said to him.
I only have one side of the story. Tell me yours.
It's hard to explain.
Try me.
Aya isn't big enough to give everyone a home. We each live here a short time and then move on. For someone to come, another must go. The exchanges are chosen at random. We call this arrangement the vesaal. Time of change. It worked well. Until now.
You lost someone you cared about. Was it because of the vesaal?
That's one way to see it. When our leaders agreed to make a place for your people here, it came with a cost. My friend won a place on Aya, but he sold that slot so one of you could stay here instead.
Sold it how? What did he get?
Comforts for his family, resources to improve their home on Haval. He always put others before himself. That's how he died, fighting Ket on Vold. When I found out, I was angry. Said things
Yeah,
to
I
your
can see
botanist
why.
I shouldn't have, but I'd never hurt your people.
Make this right. Is it saying, like, writer's gonna make this right? Because I want to make this right.
I believe you. And I'm sorry for your loss. Between us, that botanist is kind of a jerk.
He didn't fear my anger. I respect that.
I'll talk to our ambassador. See if we can minimize our impact on your vesaal.
We don't expect things to be easy. Only that you understand, nothing is free for us.
I can do that. Ambassador writer. Oh, I should probably stop by the material shop. They're gonna have cool shit. It's right there.
Browse my goods. You won't walk away empty-handed.
Have a look.
I read through your reports. How long till the Angara allows civilian visitors?
I'm working on it. For now, all visits to Aya must have an official purpose.
We'll discuss this later.
Tan almost knew like I was circling him like a
What
shark.
happened to Sorvis Len?
Do you know about the vesaal? The Angaran lottery that decides who gets to live on Aya?
I've heard of it. Why?
So messed up.
Angara are selling their slots to come here, so our people can stay in their place. Including a member of the Angaran resistance. He was killed on Vold. Wouldn't have happened if he'd been here.
No one told me of this arrangement. Oh, we have to do something.
We could let Angara who give up their slots live on the Nexus. It's safer than Vold.
Exactly what I was thinking. No one should suffer on our behalf. Thank you, Pathfinder. I'll forward your proposal to Director 10 immediately.
That's
That
all
makes
for now.
sense. I mean,
I'm here if you need
I
anything.
mean, paying them out doesn't make sense. It's just like, oh, here, have money, have fun. It's like, that's not helping them at all.
Pathfinder.
He knew my name. Man, nothing really special. What's up, girl? Oh, I think that's it. Let's see here. Oh man, we're getting down to like some interesting times on these planets where I'm starting to dwindle down on missions. There's still a shitload though. Obviously Void has a crap load more that I can still run. Damn, there's a shitload of missions. I think I should really quickly sweep everything here. Because I don't think I'm really doing this that much justice by just like having a crap load of missions spread out everywhere. I feel like they sell elite ass shit here, but they are not for sale. That sucks. Well, this is our exit point. Oh, there we go.
The Moshe said you'd want to hear my experience with the cat. To learn from.
Sometimes they just look
I
like
do.
giant cats.
Tell me about it.
I don't know
I
why.
had just arrived. I was
Dino
on a civilian
cats.
shuttle to Vault when
What the
we
hell's this guy
received a
doing?
message. The spaceport was on lockdown. Security concerns due to the
He
cat.
just scratched his
We were
ass.
supposed to land on a nearby
It's so
moon
like
and
fucking
wait
like
for the old clean.
chill. He's like, whatever, I don't give
Instead
a
of
fuck.
landing, the shuttle captain turned back. Something felt wrong, he said. Later we learned it was a cat transmission to isolate
Felt a
us from
disturbance
capture.
in the force.
The captain had saved our lives.
The enemy uses confusion to take advantage of the vulnerable.
Many shuttles obeyed that false order. Those people were never seen again.
Interesting.
You're one of Ambassador Riala's candidates to live on the Nexus.
I am. Glad you finally showed up. Let's get down to it. I've lived my whole life wanting to meet aliens who didn't want me dead. But my family's here. How can I stay in touch with them from the Nexus?
You'll have ways to send them text messages and comm transmissions.
Emoticons, another fun
The people I
technology.
love. You offer machines. Not good enough, Pathfinder.
Jeez, you're grumpy. You always like this?
We have it.
Pardon me. I'm consulting with the colleague.
Alright, sorry. Wait, where the hell is this one then? Maybe it's the terrain back there. Oh. Oh no.
Weird question. You don't have any Kiloa seeds, do you?
Yes, I do. Need some?
Yes. Alright, cool. I cleared that nook. Now if I fast travel here, I can just slice right through.
Bring your alien friends to see me soon. Promise.
As soon as I can.
The Moshe said we should speak. You remember the Ket's arrival.
One of them came to our city on a vow to offer lavish gifts. We lined up along the street to watch the alien walk with our ambassador. As it passed, it stopped and knelt in front of me. I still dream of what it said. Young one, you are meant for greatness.
The Ket lured your people into a false friendship.
It worked. A month later, our council disappeared. Our city was thrown into chaos. When the Ket came again, it was to conquer us at our weakest. They're cunning. They know what you desire and they offer it. Be careful.
Pathfinder, Ambassador Riala didn't think you'd have time for me.
She said you needed to talk before agreeing to live on the Nexus.
This is the opportunity of a lifetime. I'm an anthropologist, but I've only ever studied my own people. I've heard the Nexus is home to multiple species and cultures. It will be fascinating, and possibly dangerous. Bacteria, viruses, other contaminants. My family worries about me. Are you sure I'll be safe?
Yeah,
They
you'll
wouldn't
be
let me
fine.
on Aya if I was a walking petri dish, would they?
You aren't taking this seriously enough to satisfy my family. I can't go without their blessing. I'm sorry.
Jal told me what you found in that remnant city. The Jardan. Their experiments. I want to be shocked. This discovery should change everything, but... it's like I've always known somehow.
When it's safe to go back, you'll have a whole new playground.
If what I hear is true, I'll be lucky to explore a tenth of it before I'm too old. There are so many new questions, I can barely keep track. Each query leads to 10 more. You've earned your title, Pathfinder.
Any ideas on how we stop the Ket for good?
The real question is, how do we define victory over them? Complete eradication? Unlikely, costly, and morally dubious. Drive them away? How? What stops them from returning?
Peaceful coexistence doesn't seem to be an option.
There's much we still don't know. The Ket are not a simple problem. We can't reduce them to a simple solution.
I'd like to know more about you.
What about me intrigues you?
Are you originally from Aya, or someplace else?
I was born on a research vessel in deep space. My parents were explorers. They never stayed in one place long. My own work has taken me to every world, many times over. They all try to claim me as their own, but if I'm honest, my favorite chair is here.
You and my crewmate have a close relationship. Any advice? Hints?
He talks in his sleep. Worth it for the look on your face. Jal is a dear and hopeless former student.
Oh, it's too
He
funny.
has a good spirit. You're lucky to have him, that's all.
You're an expert on several topics. Remnant, Ket, stuff I don't even know exists.
All true. Why? Do you want to be my student?
Is that an
Yes,
option?
Sensei.
Because I didn't train for this job. At all.
Yet you do
What's
it
up,
well.
what's up?
There are two kinds of knowing. What we take in from the universe, and what's already inside us. You
That
have
is
the
wisdom,
essentials
though.
figured out. The rest you can learn as you go.
So with your work ethics, then.
What are you working on these days?
I know, right?
I thought being a Ket prisoner was the worst fate imaginable. Then I got home and saw my backlog. Avela comes in every so often
Yeah,
asking
shit
me if I
happens.
have a second. At this rate, I'll never catch up. To answer your question, I'm busy with everything and nothing. We'll see which wins.
All of them. Hell
My
of questions I
translator
can
doesn't
ask
know
this
what to do
girl.
with your title, Moshai.
Because it isn't a title, it's a reference.
Really?
People
Reference to
from
what?
mythological times, before the Scourge. Legends say we once had many Moshai. Master inventors of
So
unfailing
I'm assuming the
wisdom,
Scourge for them was like
guided
an
by
ice age
boundless
for us, but
compassion.
like, you know, a long time
That's a
ago.
lot to live up to.
People lived in
It's
caves.
nonsense. Don't remember who first called me Moshai, but I do recall telling them to shut up. To my regret, the name stuck. I've minded less lately. Being the Moshai has its uses.
What about the future?
When the Ket are gone, if we fix all these worlds, what do the Angara want?
Yeah.
Depends who you ask. We're individuals. Paran will continue spreading hope and optimism. I don't know what Ephra will do without an enemy to fight. Retirement won't suit him. As for me, maybe I'll just fade away. That's what people do when they're no longer needed, right?
Cruelly, but funny enough said.
Thank you, Moshae.
I know, right?
Ishare.
Okay, now the question is, did I get that mission I needed to? No, it's on the other side of this wall. Up and at him then. Wait.
That's not what I meant. Don't you have the catalog?
Oh, it's you. I watched you land.
Hope you're not calling me it anymore.
You heard that. I apologize. I was ignorant.
What's your job around here?
Aylin and I help Avela with her studies. I specialize in restoration.
So you make relics look new?
Do as I can. I'm not a miracle worker, no matter what Avela says. She'll praise Ellen and I to anyone who will listen. Never had a supervisor like that before.
I'll leave you to it.
Good to see you again.
I should get moving.
Yeah.
Come back soon.
I was hoping maybe it would be something in dialogue. But we can slip outside here.
Do you work on water filtration here?
I designed the system for it.
Can you sell me an ionic filter? My people need it on Eladin.
If they're tough enough for Eladin, they deserve help. Here.
Nice. Oh, interesting. It switched over to the other missions that I was already kind of like pondering.
You work on the solar panels? Do you have an amplifier for solar energy?
Nothing as big as these, but I have a smaller one on hand. Do you need it?
Yeah.
I found Kiloa seeds for Eos. Is this enough?
It's perfect. I'll make sure Eos gets them.
Here, I have the antibiotics for Kadara. Will the settlers be okay?
Once they have these, they'll be fine. I'll make sure they know who to thank.
Here, I found the solar amplifier for Vold.
They'll be happy to see this. No more power outages. Thank you, Pathfinder.
Cool. Still low missions in the map, except for this. Pretty much cleared. What is that girl doing? Why can't I talk to him? Hello.
Ambassador Reala said you're thinking of moving to the Nexus.
Pathfinder, I'm honored even to be considered for the transfer. I won't be happy as just an observer. I need to work. I engineer power systems. Will I be allowed employment alongside your people?
Sure.
That's the whole point of this exchange. The Nexus needs people like you.
That's all I needed to hear. I'll have your ambassador start the transfer. Thank you.
Nice. And we'll finally stop complaining. I thought I already gave him the ionic filter. Whatever, I'll go give it to him again. I feel like I can scan something here. I'm gonna get him his ionic filter though.
I managed to find an ionic filter for Eladin. Make sure they get it.
I'll get this delivered right away. They'll be relieved to have enough water.
Maybe there's one for each planet? That's good. Well, that's it. I'll go ahead and log off for a second. I'll be back.